So what is going on, guys? I'm Black Amazing. Welcome back to another video on the channel where today I'm going to go through absolutely everything that we know about Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. From the COD Next event that we had, I think it was just yesterday. My memory's kind of going, it went that quick, but everything that we were told by Treyarch themselves on the live stream, everything that we were told by people who actually went and played the game and saw it for themselves, from YouTubers and from what I've seen people say on Twitter as well. I've tried to gather everything I can about Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. I didn't get to play it myself, but Treyarch have told pretty much everyone about the mechanics, how the game works, what it features, through various different sources, so I've gathered as much as I can, and we're just going to go through everything. And also, some of the gameplay that you're seeing up on screen is from Charlie Intel, so credit to them. I do find it a little bit weird though, how even though these people got to play zombies for themselves, Treyarch actually didn't let them record their own gameplay. All of the footage that you've seen of MW3 Zombies, whether it be from YouTubers or videos on Twitter, is actually pre-recorded gameplay by Treyarch themselves. Normally with these events, they let YouTubers record their own footage and then show it to people, but for some reason they haven't with this, which sometimes is a little bit of a telltale sign that there is stuff they don't want you to see, or more like, if they're giving you footage, that's what they want you to see. So straight off the bat, that's not necessarily worrying, but a little bit weird. How all of the gameplay is from Treyarch devs and not regular players, and I do have to apologise for it being low quality. Again, I didn't get to play it. This is Charlie Intel or Treyarch's gameplay, but in order for me to reference what I'm talking about, I need to show you a little bit more than the trailer, otherwise I don't have any references. Why Treyarch can't just upload a full hour's worth of gameplay to their own channel for everyone to use and see? I don't know, that's still the world we're living in, but anyway. Everything we know about MW3 Zombies, some of this we know already because we were told it about a month ago in their blog post. But first things first, this is not regular zombies. It's not round-based. We've been told already before the game's even come out, so we know what to expect. This is not round-based zombies. What we are getting is sort of a mixture between Outbreak and DMZ. It leans more towards the DMZ side than it does Outbreak, but if you had to describe what MW3 Zombies is, it is a mixture of those two. It takes place on the Warzone map, so it is, as Treyarch describing it, technically the biggest zombies map to date, although it's not a unique zombies map made specifically for this mode. This is the Warzone map, but with zombies on it, and I suppose that's also another good way of describing what this is. Warzone, but instead of playing against other players, you're playing against AI zombies, with some AI humans on the map as well. I'll come to that. And because of that, there are a couple of things to take into consideration. The first thing being, you can have a total number of 24 players on the map at once, and I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, the max number of people you can have in your squad or team is 6. So you can have 4 teams of 6, equaling the max total of 24 players on the map at once. And because of that, this mode is much more suited to co-op than it is solo. Like I said, I haven't played it like other people, so there are other people out there who can give you a better opinion on this, but just from what I've seen and from what I've heard, yes, you can play solo, but it's really not built for that. This is a co-op experience. That's what it's built around. It's been balanced for co-op, for a total of 24 players on the map, not 1 being just you. And because of Treyarch having to balance everything out for 24 players, such as the difficulty, you can imagine trying to keep that same balance for 24 players versus 1 player on the same mode is difficult. And from what I've seen from everyone from the limited game time that's been had on this, yeah, solo just isn't it. It's playable, but you can tell it isn't made for that. It's not a fun experience. Apparently it's difficult solo, and I mean very hard, especially as you go further into the centre of the map, which we'll get onto. It's just much more well-rounded for a co-op experience, which goes back to what I said, being that this is Outbreak and DMZ. If you think of both of those modes, they are aimed towards a co-op experience. Outbreak, DMZ, they're made to be played with other players, just as Warzone is. And that's how this is being built as well. So if you are a solo player, which a lot of zombies players still are, me personally, I like playing zombies solo. I wasn't the biggest fan of Outbreak in Cold War anyway. I've always played round-based zombies, which is more suited towards solo players, but can be played with 4 and is still enjoyable. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't like Outbreak, and this has just taken that to the next level. It's bigger than Outbreak, there are more players, meaning it's just less suited for solo players. Treyarch have described to us that this is essentially an extraction game, so there's a 1 hour time limit that you have to get into the game and extract, and if you don't leave within that 1 hour, then the game ends and you die. That's it. The map has 3 different areas or zones to it, so the outside ring let's just call Zone 1, then there is the next area which is Zone 2, and then the centre we're going to call Zone 3. You spawn in Zone 1 on the outside, and then the closer you go to the centre of the map, the harder it gets. So for example, and I don't know the exact conversion, but the zones work similar to rounds. So the outside of the map, zone 1, the difficulty of this area might be between round 1 to 10 in terms of how difficult it is to kill zombies. And then the next ring in, zone 2, the difficulty level will ramp up. It might be between round 10 and 25. And then if you go to the center of the map, zone 3, the difficulty level might be something like you're on round 40 if you were playing round-based zombies. So the difficulty of the game gets harder the closer you go to the center of the map, and also the closer you go, as you would imagine, because the game gets harder, stuff like wall weapons or box weapons get better as well. Rarity returns from Call of Duty Cold War, so the closer to the center you get, the better rarities of weapons you're going to get from the box or the wall. I'm pretty sure our lower tiered weapons in Cold War were blue, purple was a bit higher, and gold was the best, so weapon rankings will return and be implemented into the different zones. And similar to what I've just said, as the zombies get tougher the closer you go to the center, you will also meet new enemy types as well. In zone 1, round the outside, you might just have normal zombies. In zone 2, you might start meeting manglers, and then in zone 3 in the center, you might see the new boss zombie, well, I say new, being this guy, the big abomination. And the objective is, within your 1 hour playtime, to get to the center of the map and extract. But you don't have to go to the center if you don't want to. You can just simply stay on the outside for the full hour. You can just stay in zone 2. It's totally up to you what difficulty you want to play at. You also don't have to play the full hour to extract. You can just play 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then extract out of the game in zone 1 or zone 2, or you can play the full hour and extract in the center. But however long you choose to play in whatever difficulty you choose to play at, the game ends after 1 hour. You have to extract. You can't play past that time. If you do, you're dead. I'll keep my opinions how I feel about that for a different video. But upon extraction, there are options for you to keep some weapons or perks. I don't know exactly how this system is going to work, but from what I've been told, you will get the chance, this is just an example, to extract with the ray gun and then spawn in the next game with that same weapon. You can do the same with perks, so you can extract with Juggernog, and then the next time you play this mode, you'll spawn in with it. How that system's going to work exactly, I don't know if you can do that every game or if there's certain challenges you have to do prior. And talking of challenges, there are contracts or missions, whatever you want to call them, that you can pick up, and upon completing them, you will get rewards. So you might be rewarded with a ray gun or some points or a free perk. And these contracts are going to be things such as kill a certain boss or go to this area and hold off, slightly similar to missions that we had in Outbreak. So there will be small missions or contracts that you complete in MW3 Zombies, and you'll be rewarded with weapons, perks, points, etc. Some other small gameplay features, just like Warzone, there are armor plates, so instead of just having Juggernog, you can now have additional health and just add armor plates to your character, which apparently is going to be very essential, especially when you get into the center of the map, which is very difficult. So if you just have Jug in zone 3, then in no way are you going to survive. You need to pick up armor plates and put them on. And talking about Jug, all of the basic zombies features are in this, so all of the normal perks, PhD, Tombstone, Juggernog, Quick Revive, the Pack-a-Punch, power-ups, all of the normal basic features that you'd expect in a Treyarch Zombies game, besides from Easter eggs, or I should say a main quest, because we don't have a main Easter egg as such in MW3 Zombies. Instead, what we have are what they're describing as missions. This is quite difficult for me to get my head around and explain, because when you technically think about it, a main Zombies Easter egg quest is along the same lines as a campaign mission. You're doing steps to tell a story. So in the sense of a main zombies quest where you go out and hunt for Easter egg steps, which can usually take a few hours for the community to solve, or 6 hours, sometimes 24 hours in the case of some Black Ops games, MW3 Zombies at the beginning at least won't have a main Easter egg quest in that sense. It's going to work more like campaign missions. So there will be 3 missions that you will be guided through, and each mission will progress the story. So mission 1 will give you a little bit of the story, mission 2 will give you a bit more, and then mission 3 will give you the rest of the zombie story. So where this really differs to Easter egg quests is normally it's up to us to hunt for Easter eggs and solve these steps for ourselves. With this, it's very much like a campaign mission where you're told what to do, where to go, and how to do it. That's where the big difference is. So the story is being told more through 3 small missions instead of 1 giant Easter egg. But from what I've heard, Easter egg quests will come just as post-launch content, so somewhere later on down the line. It may be DLC 1 or DLC 2. Sorry, it's seasons now, but you get what I mean. So we won't have the traditional main Easter egg quest at the start. That may come later on down the line, but the story will now be told through 3 small missions. Again, I don't know how long these missions will take to complete, but considering that you can only play the game for an hour max before you have to extract, I can only imagine that each mission will be within that 1 hour time frame. So you play for an hour, it takes that long to complete mission 1, you extract, the next time you go in you complete mission 2, which will take no longer than an hour, you extract, and then the next time you go in you complete mission 3, which again will take less than an hour. That's just a guess though, I don't know. But besides from the main quest, as you'd expect with a Treyarch Zombies mode and any COD Zombies mode really, there will be smaller Easter eggs for us to find around the map. And a couple of other things, as we saw in the trailer, there is also a world boss, which is this giant worm creature. I don't know the ins and outs, how you end up coming against this thing, but apparently it is extremely difficult to take on. So at the very least, you're going to need your full squad of 6 to defeat it. If not, all 24 players on the map joining together to take it down, which at the same time kind of emphasises that this mode isn't meant for solo. As we also saw from the trailer, there are AI humans on the map as well as AI zombies. I was quite worried about this at first because I play COD Zombies because I want to shoot zombies, not other humans, but you can just ignore them if you want to. The human AI will be in certain areas, you can just bypass these areas altogether if you want. You don't have to fight against them, but these human AI will also shoot the zombies, and vice versa, the zombies will attack them. So you could technically use the human AI as zombie traps. There was also the new wonder weapon that we saw in the trailer called the Scorcher. It reminded me very much of one of the abilities that D Machine's wonder weapon had, where you charge it up and then blast off a ball of energy which kills a high density amount of zombies. The Scorcher wonder weapon's really made specifically for this. Because there are so many zombies on the map at once, it's made to kill a large group of zombies, but it's also got an alternate fire mode which will launch you into the air. So if you need to get on top of a building or just quickly get away from the zombies, you can use its alternate fire mode to shoot yourself into the air. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that we were really told. There will be endgame rewards which will give you permanent weapons and perks. When I first heard this, I thought, well, that's OP if you can just get the ray gun or the wonder weapon every single time you load into the game. But to counter that, Treyarch have added in a cooldown, so you can only use these perma perks or weapons every 24 hours, for example, instead of every game, which might be every hour. There is a zombie master camo which you can get for all of your weapons, which I really don't care about, but it's something to grind towards. And yeah, that's everything that we know about MW3 Zombies, and to be honest, that's probably all there is. I'm probably going to do a separate video giving my thoughts and opinions on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye.